Be concerned about the distance of his jump, but also the position his car will be in when it lands on the far ramp. Too far forward, and it will roll end over end. Too far back, and Dar will sustain serious injuries to his spine. The green flag. The emergency crews are in place. There's a record that they don't talk much about, being able to drive the car away after a ramp-to-ramp jump. Dar got that record today. He also got 2 other records. Although he did it as part of his preparation for Grand Canyon, this is how Dar Robinson set a new world's record of 179 feet, 9 inches.
Gonna run.
He surpassed the old record by 3 feet, 9 inches.
I was out here about, a little more than about maybe 200 yards off the ramp. And I'm looking at my speedometer, I look up, I'm not really lined up on the ramp. I'm going, whoa! Did you see it? Have we got an instant replay or something? Can we see that?
Yeah. Setting it up right now.
Yeah. I sure would like to see that. Well, let's go up on top and take a look. Can we do that, Joe?
We'll take one more look, and then on to the Grand Canyon.
I knew exactly what the ending was going to be. That's preferably what I like. That's why we spend so much time in the engineering and making sure that it's correct.
It's an interesting point that there's a lot of controversy about that. People saying, that there's outrageous chances taken, and I think it's interesting to point out that it always doesn't work exactly the way it's planned.
No, not always. It's like anything, you build things on theory. You work it out, you engineer it out, and until you actually get it into the element which it's supposed to be working in, there are still, let's say, gray areas, shadowed areas that you don't know about. And these are the things we run across. I'm afraid of dying. I am not out for the thrills of it. This is my job. I do my job well, and because it scares me so bad, I do everything in the world to make sure that I'm not going to get hurt there.
Great scent, great new fresh.
Break last night. I got bit. I slept little bits and pieces, but I think about what did I forget? And I think about everything that we've done. Every little bit, every nut and bolt, everything. You think about the ramps. You think about the structure that's underneath it. And I'll repack my parachute probably 2 or 3 times again today. I packed it twice last night. I gotta worry about all these things. And I think to myself, maybe I shouldn't be in this business, but I'm kind of like a test pilot. I design things, I put things together. I gotta work them out. I gotta put them to good use. If I don't, it's of no use to me. What I'd ultimately like to have is a stunt where I can go into it knowing what the overall result is, but there's always that possibility of human error.
That's what makes it fun. That's what adds the excitement.
I wouldn't necessarily call it fun. Afterwards, it's great to talk about it. But, the sheer panic of it all, sitting there with the motor running, waiting for the green flag to fall, time to go. It was like when I was racing motorcycles, you know, your heart used to just pound and pound.
You can hear it.
And it wasn't until you really got into it that everything just kind of mellowed out. You weren't scared anymore, you were working.
This is what it will be like. 90 miles per hour right off the end of the runway.
We've got this all graded out as best as possible. Now, this is not the greatest of soils to work with. But you know, it gets real powdery, as you can see right here. By watering it, it makes it hard, like freeway concrete. It just doesn't last for a long time.
So they'll do that just before you take off then?
Yeah. This here is the magic little flag. Until we're ready to go, this will be up in red. This is the one in the halfway point because I can't see the ramp itself. Then when we're just about ready to go, we go on standby. The yellow one comes out. And when we're ready, that's this one. The magic flag, the green one. And when it waves like this, that means we're on our way. Now,
If anything should happen, then you can just put up the red flag and stop it then.
not necessarily. It depends. You see this blue line here?
Right?
Okay, well, that blue line is what we refer to as the point of no return. It means nothing more than once I'm up to speed, I have to set the throttle, and then I have to move back out from underneath the steering wheel. So I'm holding it here, and I'm kind of crouched.
Or remember, like you said,
Yeah.
no brakes, right?
Well, I can't touch the brake pedal or anything else. Actually, all I can do is steer it. So if I go past this line, the possibility of me getting down and stopping the car is pretty much close to impossible. My biggest problem is I can't see over the hill. This flag would be used if there was something, some kind of an obstruction or something like that was over the hill that I can't see. Maybe somebody fell down, a piece of equipment stalled. Who knows? Any one of a number of things. So, you know, that red flag would come out and stop. See that?
Yeah.
That helicopter? That's the only one we hope we're not going to have to use. That's the rescue helicopter. How you doing, guys?
Hi, Dar.
Now, with any luck, this will be the easiest day of your lives.
I hope so.
Well, if you have to move fast, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm on the rescue. I'll be at the river in the case that he ends up in the water.
Will you go down in the helicopter?
Yes, I'll be helicoptered down to the bottom, and if he ends up in the water or he gets hung up someplace, we'll go get him.
And I'm the doctor for the trip.
Oh, yeah. The doctor? Not a desert doctor?
Yes, a real doctor. I may not look like one, but I am.
Why does that make my stomach burn?
Me too.
I don't know. I just got to think for doctors, I guess. I don't know. Well, it should be, hopefully, an easy day. If we have everything done right. Well,
Good luck.
yeah, thanks, guys. Hope it doesn't come down to luck. Good engineering. Over there, Cat. Right there. That's it. That's the big one. More I look at it, the more I get nervous. Get too close, I think.
It was all coming true. Dar was within minutes of performing the ultimate car stunt. Years of dreaming, months of arduous planning, all down to this one magnificent moment. It had been canceled at least half a dozen times by construction delays, car problems, and serious misgivings as to whether Dar could clear the ledge just 600 feet below. We stood on the edge of the most spectacular cliff in the world. Soon Dar would drive right off it. If he survived, he would land near the shores of the Colorado River 2,000 feet below. The car was doomed to destruction, with him or without him. Over the last 2 months, Dar had shared his feelings and his dreams with me. He had become a close friend, a friend that I didn't wish to lose.
In Wallapai, we have a word, mahana. It means good luck, and this is what we want to wish Jumpy.
The natural slope of the hood here creates a downward pressure on the wheels. Well, in the air, when there isn't anything to hold the wheels up, it'll push the nose of the car down and make it start tumbling. So what we did is we put up a Lexan wind shield, which is not like the windshield of your car, but what it does is it breaks up the air coming over this surface. So actually what we'll probably get here is a little bit of lift. That'll help keep the nose from the car from going down. We also took out the windshield for that very same reason. Of course, that right there, that's a point of view camera, which is going all the way to the bottom, so we're going to be kind of interested to see if that's even going to survive. If so, we might have some pretty good footage. The orange sock on it so we can find it later. Inside the car here, actually the way I've got to drive it to start with is sitting down in here. And I'll have to go through all the gears, do all of that. Then I have a throttle here that I have to pull out, which becomes an automatic all the way on. From there, I slide up to here, and I pull this rope with this piece of wood right here, you can see that, up between my legs here. Now, once the car comes off the ramp, I'm going to have zero gravity. That means it's just like being in outer space. There's nothing to hold me down. So this will hold me down. I can't go anywhere. Yet if I need to get out, I just go like that. See? So that leaves it to the point of just driving it like this, all the way off the edge. Now, we got a handle here, which isn't your conventional door handle. It provides me a way to get out. And I anticipate my only way to get out is to go straight off the side. So from here, once I've dropped my stick, I'm going to be going this way, whichever way the car is going. Now, my biggest problem is over the back end of this car. There's a big dead space of air, and if I get held up in it, I can go to the ground with it. All of this is foam. This whole car is filled with foam so that should we make it to the water, it'll float. We'll be able to find it. Of course, I guess last but not least is our power plant in here. It's kind of beefed up, and it's backed up with a nitrous oxide system, which gives the car about 40 to 60% more horsepower. We're hesitant on using it. We don't like to use it unless we have to, which we will just on the last run. We can cough or blow a motor. That's our reference to it. If you cough a motor, it's gone. The U out there, if you blow it up, it's gone. That means we lack the power to get off the ramp. So we have a few things that we're fighting here, and those are basically it. She's all ready to run. There's just a couple things that the guys have got to do to it, and it's about time for me to get dressed, so we'll see in just a little bit.
Dar will make 3 test approaches to the ramp, checking both the car and the condition of the road. The helicopter camera position is tested on each run. This is the only camera that can cover Dar throughout the entire stunt.
This is it. There isn't any more talking. It's time to do it. It's now time for showing. We hope it's all good.
Seven cameras will roll when the green flag waves. Camera 1 on the ramp. 2 on the ledge. 3 on me. 4 on the lower ledge. 5 on the point. 6 in the chopper. 7 on the runway. Each camera tells a different story. Some at normal speed, others in slow motion.
He's about to touch down. It's beautiful.
How many emotions can you feel in 30 seconds? Believe me, a lot. Tension, apprehension, fear, a desperate desire to be somewhere else. I thought he was trapped under the car, unable to open his parachute. And after what seemed an eternity, I saw that he was free.
He made it! He's screaming, I made it!
The last emotion, and the best of all, was greeting Dar. He came back to a very happy crew.